Also like to get federal funding to help put 5,000 more cops on the street in Chicago. Would that help drive down crime?
Well, look, policing by itself is not the full strategy.
No, I understand that. You've talked about the other things you want, and I said those are good and important programs, but I'm asking also, would 5,000 more police officers on the street in Chicago be helpful to go along with all of those social programs that a lot of cities are engaging in and having success with?
Well, look, here's the best way I can put it, Joe, is that in the 90s when I was in high school,
he's not going to answer the question.
We had 3,000 more police officers and we had 900 people being murdered every single year in Chicago. It's just not policing alone. Of course, we want more detectives.
I know it's not policing alone, but
and that is the Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago, ladies and gentlemen.
I know it's not policing alone. You've told me everything else you want. I'm curious, and this does come down to an ideological difference between people. Do you believe that the streets of Chicago would be safer if there were more uniformed police officers on the streets of Chicago?
Translation: are you more likely to cheat on your wife if you're high and drunk at a fun place?
I believe the city of Chicago and cities across America. Oh, come on!
The way a news panel on your side is like, bruh, even your allies see that you think they're stupid.
Would be safer if we actually had, affordable housing. Look,
okay,
I'm not saying that
that's
we
not
don't.
The question I asked.
Translation: I'm less likely to cheat if I have affordable housing. Dude, it's just so stupid.
Question is, and I just need a yes or a no. Do you believe the streets of Chicago would be safer if you got all of those other extraordinary programs put back into place, which do have a history of being successful, if that's complemented by having 5,000 more cops on the streets of Chicago?
I don't believe that we should narrow it down to just police officers, Joe, is what I'm saying. That is an antiquated approach. I'm saying we've invested in detectives.
Mr. Mayor, are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm agreeing with you that all of these other social programs are extraordinarily important. I just need a yes or a no, and then this will be the last time I ask. If you get all of those other social programs that 800 million.
Thank you.
That New York City does, Los Angeles, other people do with great success, would an additional 5,000 cops on the streets in Chicago help complement those programs to make Chicago safer?
Translation:
I'm not looking for judgment, just a yes or no.
Look, we are working hard to make sure that our police department is fully supported. I don't believe that just simply putting out an arbitrary number around police officers is the answer.
Of course.
Really?
No.
You know what I like about this woman? She had the face that I want to say something. But you're going to call me a racist.
What difference at this point does it make?
Because some governor, Juliana Stratham or something like that, sorry that I butcher your name, and because Trump is going with the federal police trying to lower the crime,
What are they helping with? There's no emergency right now. Do you know that the last time that federal troops, or National Guard, quite frankly, were federalized against, for a state and sent to a state was in 1965 when troops were sent by President Lyndon B. Johnson to protect protesters who were marching from Selma to Montgomery. Protesters like my father, Henry, who's now 92 years old, who marched for voting rights. That's how it was used, to protect rights. And now here we are seeing President Trump federalize the National Guard to crush rights.
Because you defunded the police, but you forgot to say that. Venga, dilo. Remember to subscribe.
That is not helpful. So we didn't ask for it. We don't want it. The people of Illinois and the people of Chicago don't want this to happen. It's a manufactured crisis.
Are you sure?
It's unbelievable, right? Illinois state and local leaders fight to keep the National Guard out of Chicago. They say crime going down. But here are nearly 36 shootings in Chicago last weekend alone. 6 of them are fatal. Take a look at this. We'll slowly pan over. And petrified residents say they have had enough.
I can't believe I'm reading stats that a 5-year-old kid got shot and this lady had something to say.
What are they helping with? There's no emergency right now. It's a manufactured crisis.
I don't see a reduction in crime. I see crime everywhere.
We've got a lot of challenges. We've especially had a lot of challenges the last 5 years.
It's a good thing that Trump is doing something about the crime rates.
I mean, that's what these people think, and these are what the numbers say. Look at the shootings in the timeline. And as I do that, let me bring in my next guest. He's made it his mission to help clean up the streets of Chicago. Project Hood founder, Pastor Corey Brooks, joins us now. So, Pastor, we keep hearing from the mayor and governor, crime's going down, leave us alone. Should we leave you guys alone?
And whenever we have the stats to prove people right, they're going to say, yeah, but crime is going down. I'm like, bruh, if crime is still going down and people are dying, I don't care. It has to be fixed faster.
Should we leave you guys alone?
Absolutely not. We need to invite President Trump in. We invite the National Guard in. You know, we've had 254 deaths in 233 days. 80% of those have been black boys. And for anyone in our community to say that things are getting better and that people are safe, that is an outright lie. We need to do any and everything we can to keep our citizens safe. One of the number one priorities of government is to make sure that the citizens of America stay safe. And that should be the number one priority of the governor and the mayor, but it's not, because the only thing that they're really concerned when it comes to black lives that matter is black lives that matter that vote.
Damn! I'm going to tell you right now, they definitely need Jesus. Because right now, these Democrats, they just won the vote, which is a horrible thing to say. But it is the fact that we see right in front of our eyes. And by the way, just remember, this started in DC, where they had more murders, I believe, than the capital of Bogota, Colombia. And the mayor of DC is happy with what Trump is doing.
And we greatly appreciate the surge of officers that enhance what MPD has been able to do in this city. The most significant thing that we are highlighting today is the area of crime that was most troubling for us in 2023. Now, we have driven it down over the last years, but...
Remember, they keep saying that we have driven it down. You got one more slice of pizza instead of the whole pizza gets stolen, but we were doing our best. But Trump came by and now you have the full slice of pizza.
But for carjackings, the difference between this period, this 20-day period of this federal surge and last year represents a 87% reduction in carjackings in Washington, D.C. We know that when carjackings go down, when the use of gun goes down, when homicide or robbery go down, neighborhoods feel safer and are safer. So this surge has been important to us for that reason.
I'm going to tell you right now, if Trump leaves and the crime goes up again and Democrat doesn't recognize he was a good thing, you will lose all the vote of the people that you didn't keep safe.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk. Criollo colombici jam jam. Dur loqueta verdeta welcome.